have you never thought of marrying your prodigal son, Anatole? So she says, why don't you just marry him? That's what he thought.
Oh, he did.
They say old maids have a mania for matchmaking, and though I don't feel that weakness in myself as yet, I know a little person who is very unhappy with her father. She is a relation of yours, Prince Mary Bolkónskaya, right? Bolkónskaya. So basically, she's saying that why don't you marry this, right? And then they say that old maids have a mania for old maids, like old women, let's say, have a mania, kind of like a craziness, mania, kind of like for matchmaking. Old women like to marry people. That's what he's saying.
红娘。
Yeah, and though I don't feel that weakness in myself as yet, so she may be old, but she doesn't have that wanting to marry people. That's what she's saying. I don't feel that weakness. She calls this a weakness because you call it mania, this kind of craziness to marry people. She doesn't have that weakness. Weakness means what?
You always cannot do this thing in a good way.
No, it's not. Weakness just means not. It's kind of like you have a kind of almost like you have a problem.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I mean.
No, it's not. That's not what you said. What did you say?
You cannot do this thing better.
It's not about doing things better. It's about is kind of like I have a problem. It's not.
Just
it's not doing better. No. People who have a weakness have a problem, kind of. Like for example, I like to eat candy, right? That is a weakness because whenever I give candy to me, then I want to eat it. That's a weakness. Right. Some people have a weakness for different things. It's not doing better. It's just that they have a problem. Okay, it's kind of like almost like a disease, a weakness.
弱点嘛，就是他没有办法克服 cannot
So what weakness are they talking about here?
I don't know.
The weakness of wanting to marry people.
Of wanting to marry people.
Okay, fine. You know, some old women want to marry other people. They want to say, "Oh, look, I'll help you find somebody." Some old people like to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's called a weakness. She called it a weakness.
Okay.
Okay, because that's not normal. It's just old women have those kind of weakness. Just I don't have that weakness. She said, I don't have that weakness.
Means I don't.
She does not have that weakness.
She normally don't introduce.
No, she doesn't do that.
Oh.
But she's introducing. So she's saying, I'm not like those old ladies. Okay, I'm just introducing this for your son. I know a little person who is very unhappy with her father. So she knows somebody who is unhappy with her father, and she's a relation of yours. She's a relative of the prince, and her name is Princess Mary Bolkónskaya.
So Anna want to introduce the woman to Prince Son, whose name is
Anatole.
Mary blah blah blah.
No, that's a woman, Princess Mary Bolkónskaya.
Yeah, this woman is the Anna want to introduce to Prince Son, right?
Correct. The son's name is Anatole.
Yes, so she's a relation of yours.
Yes, it's a relative, kind of, maybe.
Relative?
Yeah, so let's go. Prince Vasíli did not reply, though with a quickness of memory and perception befitting a man of the world. He indicated by a movement of the head that he was considering this information. So Prince Vasíli did not reply. So she offered somebody for her son, right? His son, right?
She offered somebody to his son,
yeah.
right?
Though with a quickness and memory and perception. So with a quickness of memory and perception. So basically talking about quickness of memory means she remembering something quickly. Perception means about seeing something quickly or understanding something quickly. Befitting means like fit, like you can fit a clothes, right? Yeah. Can you fit or not? So befitting means it's fitting means I can fit something, right?
Yeah.
I can fit inside a clothes. Befitting means that this quality belongs to somebody, or fits somebody, a man of the world, right? Befitting a man of the world. So basically saying that he has this quickness and perception because he's a man of this world, right? He's kind of like knows these things. So he indicated by a movement of the head that he was considering this information. So kind of like maybe just nodding his head a little bit.
Indicated.
Indicate, show, right?
Show by movement of the head
that he was considering this information.
Oh, okay.
Let's move on. Do you know, he said at last, evidently unable to check the sad current of his thoughts, that Anatole is costing me 40,000 rubles a year? And, he went on after a pause, what will it be in 5 years if he goes on like this? Presently he added, that's what we fathers have to put up with. Is this princess of yours rich? So he's saying, he has to pay a lot for Anatole, right?
Yeah, he paid a lot for his son.
Right. So he pays 40,000 rubles, which is probably a lot of money. Ruble is kind of like dollars, right, for them. And then he doesn't know what will be in 5 years. So right now he's paying 40,000 rubles.
Yeah.
Maybe he's gonna go even up more, right?
But he didn't tell the reason why he need to pay that much money for his son, right?
Because his son is not working or whatever. Maybe he's just living off his father's money.
Oh.
So he says in 5 years I don't know even if I can afford him anymore.
So that's why he marry a rich woman.
No, she's just saying, is this princess rich?
Yeah, so if the princess is rich and he will willing to.
No, it's not. It's just saying that if you want my son to marry this princess, she better be rich. That's all. But then he's not saying want. There's no want here.
You don't want?
He's not asking about want.
Yeah,
he basically
if he don't want, why he asked this question, right? He care about the princess.
Okay, look.
Is rich or not?
No, Anna asked him, do you want to marry your son? He says, look, my son spends a lot of money.
Yeah.
Can this woman actually afford him? That's all he's saying.
Oh, can this woman actually afford him?
Yeah, that's all he's saying. He's not saying he's looking for somebody rich. He's just basically saying that my son spends a lot of money. Are you sure this woman can actually handle that money?
Yeah. For me, at least the woman should be very rich.
What does that have to do with you? This is about them. Nothing to do with you.
So if I were the prince, so after I read this paragraph, I was saying, first thing is this woman should be rich, and second and third.
I don't agree. I don't
agree?
I don't think that the prince is saying I want my son to marry off. He didn't say anything like that.
He didn't say, but he think about it.
He didn't. He didn't say anything about that. He's just saying that, right now my son is already spending a lot of money. Do you think that this woman can, if you introduce this one, can this woman actually pay for this?
Yeah, if Anna say, oh, this woman is poor,
then there's no way.
Forget
it.
No way. Yeah. So at least the woman should be rich.
Yeah, but I'm saying the prince doesn't say that he wants.
Yeah, he didn't say that. Yeah.
Her father is very rich and stingy. Stingy means like he doesn't want to. He's tight with his money. He doesn't.
小气，非常的小气。
He lives in the country. He's well-known Prince Bolkónskaya, who had to retire from the army under the late emperor, and was nicknamed the King of Prussia. He is very clever but eccentric and a bore. The poor girl is very unhappy. She has a brother. I think you know him. Okay, so look 1 second. Let's finish this first. So her father's rich, right? But kind of stingy, right?
Kind of stingy, 小气。
He lives in the country, so he's not in the city.
Yeah.
He's well known. He is a well-known Prince Bolkónskaya. That's a name, Prince Bolkónskaya. Okay, who had to retire from the army. So he used to be a work in the army under the late emperor, the previous emperor who died already. And
the late emperor is the latest.
The previous.
What previous mean?
Well, there is a current emperor.
A current emperor.
The late emperor is a previous one.
Oh, previous. 以前的。
And was nicknamed the King of Prussia. So I don't know who was named the King of Prussia.
Yeah, who was nicknamed?
Maybe Prince Bolkónskaya was named King of Prussia. I'm not sure. He's very clever. So clever, Eccentric means
what does eccentric mean?
Little bit unusual, not like normal.
Unusual, not normal people.
Yeah. And a bore.
Bore.
Yes, he's kind of boring.
Boring. Okay.
Well, she thinks he's kind of boring. The poor girl is very unhappy. So
the girl want to.
Mary is very unhappy. She has a brother. I think you know him. He married Lise Mayman lately. He's an aide de camp of Kurozov's and will be here tonight. So she has a brother who
Yeah.
got married, and this brother
Yeah.
is a aide. He helps. He's actually in the army. Okay, so
In the army?
Yeah, he's the army. The
Oh.
brother.
Brother in the army.
Yeah, and he works for this Kurozov,
Oh, okay.
and will be here tonight. So actually, you'll meet that.
Yeah. Okay.